Hello class, welcome to the video on how to use Excel for measuring differences between scores. So this is the lab that you need to do for this class, but I'm going to go with you step by step for homework problem 1, number 1. So let's look at the first the problem. So it says, congratulations, you have been selected the Physical Education Teacher of the Year. Part of your responsibilities is to conduct a research study involving the efficiency of 2 methods of improving aerobic fitness at the elementary school level. One method, so one class, uses game to include aerobic fitness in the classroom, and the other method uses group, or only uses fitness activities such as running, stretching, and etc. After the semester, you'll compile your results and determine the change in fitness level from pre to post test of a 1-mile run for both groups. The scores of the table below represent the changes in minutes between pre to post for both groups. So you can see the data as I click down over here that there is the games group and then there's the fitness group. So if you have to measure 2 different types of groups on one dependent variable, what type of statistical test are you going to run? You would run an independent t-test because you have 2 groups, one being the games group and one being the fitness group, which looks at change in the 1-mile run test time. So in order to run a t-test, you would want to click on B19 and then get into the formula button, press equal, then go down to t-test. You would select the games data first, then you would select the fitness data next. If you remember from the lecture, we usually use 2 tails. So that would be, because we're not for sure which side, which group is going to have, which group is going to be better than the other. So we always select 2. Then the type of test. So are we doing a independent t-test, which is considered paired? No, we're not. We are doing an independent t-test, not a dependent t-test. So a paired one is a dependent t-test. The 2 samples equal variance, meaning the data is similar in the distribution, is 2. If the data is not similar, use 3. We're always going to assume that there are equal variance. So we're going to press 2 for an independent t-test. And again, a dependent t-test, you would put 1. So it says on number 3, which group showed more improvement? So you will have to run the standard or the average of each scores to know which one did better. So let's do that first. So B2 to B16, correct. And then press equal, press average, and that's correct. So you're looking at change in time. So first look at which mean the fitness group or the games group have a better change in time on their mean. The fitness group, because it has a 2.72% change in their 1-mile run time. So we know the fitness group did, and based on the t-test, you got 0.02 for the p-value, which is less than 0.05. So there are statistical differences between the fitness and the games group. And then the fitness group did better. So that's what you would write for number 3 for your explanation. And then after you get the standard deviations down and you wrote the answer for number 3, you will need to go through and do the same thing for podcast and PowerPoint data, and then the same thing for Gatorade and Red Bull, as well as you will need to create a bar graph for each one. So in order to do a bar graph, you're going to select average. Oops. You're going to put average, that, average, so it's 40 to 49, and you're going to do that. You are going to select both and press Control to select Gatorade, Control to select Red Bull, and then select the Red Bull's data. And then you're going to go to Insert, Insert, just a regular bar graph. And as you can see, you have Gatorade on one side and Red Bull on the other. You will need to also make the chart titles. And I explained how to make the chart titles in the last lab where we were looking at relationships between variables. So you need to make sure you have those chart titles. So the chart title and then the y-axis title as well. So this is the end of this lab demonstration. In addition to doing these 3 questions, you'll need to do problem set 2 and answer the question to the right. Again, if you have any questions related to this lab using Excel, please feel free to email me so we can go over your problems. We can also do a Zoom video so I can look at what you're doing if you're not doing well at it or do not understand.